You don't have to do anything. No thoughts to hold. No plan to follow. Because the departure has already begun. Deep within you, silently, a door has opened. A spaceship is here. Not made of metal, but of stillness, of light, of something you can't touch but feel. It's always been there. Waiting, patient, understanding, like something that knows you better than you know yourself. It says nothing, but you know, now you may let go. No jolt, no launch, and yet you're already lifting. Not because you're escaping, but because you're finally releasing what's held you so long to the world below. You rise without motion. You float without destination. And for the first time in a long time, you don't have to hold anything anymore. The seat beneath you adjusts itself, gently, like a hand that doesn't ask, but senses what you need. The air warmer than ever. Not outside, but within you. The sound, not silence, but meaningful quiet. Like a song without notes, only for you. Here you are unburdened from voice, from pressure, from everything you've carried, maybe your whole life. A light above you begins to pulse, slowly, like the heartbeat of another reality. With every pulse you soften, loosen, unwind, not because you stop existing, but because you're finally becoming whole. Your body becomes weightless, but you're not falling, you're gliding. And with each moment you drift a little farther from the place you once called the world. Through a window, Earth appears. So beautiful, so fragile, so far away. You see the continents, the clouds, perhaps the cities where you once cried. But now they're still. Small. And suddenly, no longer your problem. Because you're no longer there. You're here. Inside this ship. Inside yourself. You're sitting. Or lying. Or simply being. Not defined by posture or form, but by what is gently letting go inside you. Now the space within you begins to reorganize. Your mind may observe, but it no longer needs to steer. It's no longer the captain, because that's not you, not here. This spaceship knows your burdens, not as flaws, but as signs of how long you've endured. The days you carried even though they were too heavy. The hours you forced yourself to hold on even when something inside whispered, I can't anymore. And now, something answers, not in words, but in a space larger than all expectations. A space where you no longer need to prove anything. You may remember a certain voice or thought, a phrase stuck deep inside you like a hook in the wall of your soul. You're not enough. And suddenly you feel that it no longer fits. Not here, not now, because it didn't come from you, but from down there. From people who couldn't truly see you. But this ship sees you. And it says, not loud, but unmistakably, you are enough, now and always. You're not being numbed. You're being remembered. Remembered as who you were before the world crumpled you. As who you are beneath all the thoughts. The roles, the fears. And as you continue drifting through space, something in you grows. Quiet. Not empty, not numb, but peaceful. Like a lake that no longer reflects because it no longer needs to defend itself. A voice neither male nor female, neither loud nor soft, more like an inner echo, begins to speak. You don't hear it with your ears. You hear it with your entire being. It says, anything you wish to release may stay here. The ship will receive it. Not destroy it, but transform it. You don't have to explain, no reason, no justification. You may simply let go. What would you leave behind here? What weight? What fear? What old story? You don't need to name it. But you may loosen it. Like a belt that's too tight, like clothing that no longer fits. And the ship accepts it. Without questions, without judgment, without condition, only with this one phrase. It's okay. You may let go now. You may feel your chest softening. Your stomach no longer bracing. Your forehead releasing. Your eyes no longer needing to react. Because here, there is nothing to react to. Only something to receive. You may feel how what once felt heavy is now just there. Without pain, without meaning, like dust and light, visible but harmless, because you are watching from above, not arrogantly, but freely. There is no inner struggle now. No tension between what is and what should be. Only what is, and it is enough. The cabin around you begins to shift. Not physically, but in how you sense it. It becomes wider. Or maybe you expand. Your inner space stretches like a horizon without edge. And in the midst of this vastness, a center. A place within you may not have visited in a long time. Or ever. Because it was too quiet, too strange, too pure. But today, you are ready. Not because you must, but because you want to. You approach this center not with steps, but with consent. You're saying yes. Yes to yourself. Yes to your story. Yes to what you no longer need to resist. And then, within you, a space opens. A room with no furniture, no doors, no words. Only light, soft, calm. Alive. You're not standing in the center. You are the center. All that you are breathes in this light. There's no past here, no future. No what if. Only this one present moment. And it holds you. A vision may arise, something you didn't seek, but that seeks you. A face, a place, a memory. It doesn't matter what it is, only that you allow it. Without judgment. Because the ship does not judge. It observes. It holds. It allows. You may recall a day when you felt lost. And now you feel returned. To yourself, not to the world. But to what you've always been beneath it all. A quiet being, made of depth, of kindness, of light. And if a thought comes, you're ready, not through technique, not through control, but because you're being held. And in that support, every thought loses its urgency. It can be there. Without demanding anything from you. If you wish, you can now form a single intention. Not aloud, not forced, just quietly. Just for you. A wish not tied to the future. but to your being. Maybe it's peace. Maybe it's connection. Maybe it's stillness. Don't speak it. Feel it. Let it flow into the space that carries you. The ship does not respond with fulfillment. It responds with understanding, and that is enough. Because sometimes being understood is the greatest gift. You're still in motion. But motion here has no direction. It is an inner drift. A glide through your own being. And suddenly you realize you haven't lost anything. On the contrary, you have reclaimed something. Something that was never truly gone. Just hidden, buried, forgotten. Now, it's being uncovered. And it needs no name. Because it feels like you. Like the part of you that was never hurt. That never doubted itself. That never lied to survive. That simply was. The ship begins to slow. Not because you're arriving, but because you've already arrived. Not outside, not in a place, but within you. Imagine now that you can return to this inner space whenever you choose. Not through effort, not through denial, but through remembrance. It is here. You know it now, and it knows you. It will recognize you when you return. Tomorrow, next year, or simply in your next quiet breath. And when you someday look back toward Earth, symbolically or truly, you'll know the world may not heal you, but you can move through it differently with what you found here. You owe no explanation, not to others, not even to yourself. Because what is true needs no defense. It lives in your breath, in your posture, in your presence, in the way you touch yourself from now on. Inwardly, without harshness, without guilt, without lack. And maybe, if you're ready, you imagine now that part of this light, this soft protective space, stays with you. Not as a memory, but as a new foundation. An inner knowing. I may be still. I may feel myself. I may allow peace. The ship says nothing, but you feel it understands and it remains wherever you are. Because this ship is not an object. It is part of your soul you reclaim today. Stay as long as you wish. There is no ending, only a gentle continuation. You may keep drifting. You may stay still, you may fall asleep. Whatever happens, you are safe. You are within yourself. You are you. Unique. Always. Whether gliding through the cosmos or standing with both feet on earth, your safe place travels with you.